Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're jumping right into a high-intensity bilingual vocabulary masterclass designed specifically to help you conquer the CELPIP computer interface. If you're hunting for that highly coveted CLB 9+ score, you are in the exact right place. You know, today we aren't just learning words, we're actually mastering the digital environment of the test itself. So let's get into it.
Here is what our rapid-fire journey looks like today. We'll start with the essential test day hardware, move on to navigating screen elements and actions, and finish up with typing and system prompts.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Essential Test Day Hardware. Familiarity here breeds confidence, so let's set you up for success. Our very first core term is monitor. Monitor. The exact Chinese translation is 名词显示器屏幕动词监控监测 Now, what's really interesting about this in a Canadian context is that dual monitors are the absolute standard in most local offices. However, for the CELPIP exam, you're going to be looking at a single, standalone computer monitor. And here is your absolutely crucial strategy. If your monitor flickers or goes black during the test, do not wait around. Raise your hand immediately to notify the invigilator. Seriously, don't let a hardware glitch eat into your precious test time.
Right in front of that monitor, you'll find your keyboard. Keyboard. The translation is noun, keyboard. In North America, you'll be using a standard physical QWERTY board. The big takeaway here? Your writing score relies entirely on your typing speed and accuracy. So, before that time-critical writing section even begins, take a quick second to test every single key. A sticky key can literally ruin your CLB9 ambitions, so check it early.
Sitting right beside that is the mouse. Mouse. In Chinese, 名词鼠标. Whether you're navigating a Canadian government portal or just doing some shopping on Shopify, you use this every day, right? Common collocations include wireless mouse and mousepad. While it sounds incredibly basic, it is vital for your reading test score. You're going to use your mouse constantly for drop-down menus. Speed and precision with your mouse will save you huge amounts of time.
Rounding out your physical setup is a 5-star essential word, headset. Headset. The translation is
民俗不带式耳体
In the real world, this is high-frequency vocabulary. You'll hear it constantly in Canadian call centers or work-from-home setups. But for the exam, this is your lifeline. The entire listening and speaking sections depend on it. You absolutely must make sure the microphone on your headset is adjusted really close to your mouth for clear audio captured during the speaking test.
Moving right along to Section 2, Screen Elements and Actions. Let's look at the digital side of things, where unseen traps often cost people easy points. Once you're staring at the screen, your eyes will immediately search for the cursor. Cursor. The exact translation is 名字光标右标. You'll hear the collocations blinking cursor or move the cursor a lot. Now, in CELPIP Writing Task 1, finding that blinking cursor quickly and placing it exactly in the text box before you start typing your email response is crucial. It saves time and stops annoying formatting errors right in their tracks.
To navigate those long pages, you need the scroll wheel. Scroll wheel. In Chinese, 名词滚轮. Now, while this is everyday web browsing terminology, it represents a massive trap on the CELPIP test. The reading passages can be super long. You wouldn't believe how many candidates lose points simply because they forget to scroll down and end up completely missing the final paragraphs of a text. Always make sure you've scrolled to the bottom before answering.
Perhaps the most dangerous element on your whole screen is the button. Button. The translation is 名词按钮纽扣. In daily life, you click a submit button all the time without thinking, but I want to urgently read this real exam instruction to you. Do not click the next button until you are completely sure of your answers, as you cannot go back. I really want to let that sink in. There's absolutely no going back in CELPIP. Once you click that button, your answer is locked forever.
And that brilliantly illustrates our next two paired terms, left click and right click. Left click, right click, right click. The translations are 左击 and 右击. These are the most basic computer commands imaginable. But here is your test day survival rule. You will left-click to select your answer bubble. But the right-click function, that is strictly disabled during the entire test to prevent copying. Please never waste time trying to right-click and copy-paste during the writing test. It literally will not work.
All right, we are down to our final, high-stakes category in Section 3, Typing and System Prompts.
Let's clarify the exact mechanical difference between two vital editing keys.
Delete, delete. Backspace, backspace. In Chinese, delete is 删除键,删除光标后的内容, and backspace is 退格键,退格键,删除光标前的内容. When you're drafting rapid-fire emails in a busy Canadian workplace, you have to edit at lightning speed. It's the exact same on this test. Remember, backspace erases the text behind your cursor, and delete removes text ahead of it. Knowing this instinctively will save you incredibly valuable seconds in the writing section.
When structuring those essays, you must master the enter key. Enter, enter. The translation is 名词动词回车键输入进入. In daily life, press enter is everywhere. But here is the critical exam strategy. In the writing test, you must press enter twice to create a clear paragraph break. Writing examiners are highly sensitive to layout. Clear paragraph spacing is an absolute non-negotiable requirement for a top-tier layout score.
Next up, we have tab. Tab, translated as 名词次表键浏览器标签页. Now, you might open a new tab in your browser, but let me share a really cool insider tip regarding the press tab function for typing. While some people use the tab key to indent paragraphs, block formatting, which means no tab indent at all, just a clean, flush left margin, is perfectly acceptable in modern Canadian workplaces and is completely fine for your CLP exam.
Now, what is really fascinating about this next term is its double identity. Shift. Shift in Chinese.
名词上当键轮班转变
On a computer, holding Shift is obviously mandatory for capitalization rules in writing. And remember, the CELPIP writing rubric will strictly penalize you for capitalization errors. But culturally, this is a massive Canadian workplace vocabulary word. Terms like work shifts or night shifts are incredibly common in Canadian jobs and will show up all the time in your reading and listening passages.
Right before the clock even starts, you're going to encounter the audio check. Audio, audio, translated as 名词形容词 audio, sign, 音频声音的. Before the listening test begins, you do a mandatory audio check. Treat this seriously, guys. Do not just skip through it. Ensuring you can hear the audio clips perfectly is the foundational step to ensuring clear listening recordings and maximizing that score.
Our final absolute dual threat word today is prompt. Prompt. The exact translation is 能词提示考题要求动词促使导致形容词迅速的. This word does some heavy lifting. As a noun, the prompt refers to the specific writing task requirement on the left side of your screen. You have to read that writing prompt carefully and hit all 3 bullet points. But as an adjective, thank you for your prompt reply is an absolute golden phrase to elevate the tone of your business emails.
And just like that, we've systematically broken down all 16 core interface terms in this explainer. By mastering this specific vocabulary, you eliminate that test day panic, you navigate the digital interface like a true professional, and you pave the way directly to that CLB 9+ score. You've got the tools, you understand the Canadian context, and you know the exact exam traps to avoid. So the only question left for you today is, are you ready to dominate the CELPIP system?